say, hey guys, it's Klaus. It's pretty early in the morning here. I'm trying to just mellow into this little Russian RNG fun there in the intro. ISU 152 here. Here we go. The Hector R77. It's really early. There's people sleeping, and I want to just mellow, chillaxed today with the commentary. Hector is from the Chaos Clan.
Shout out to you guys!
And, oh, I didn't wake anyone there. He's going to show us an interesting little spot here. Interesting little spot. Yeah. Sometimes you watch these replays and you learn, hey, I've never gone there. Wow, I'm going to try that one day. If I ever get the same map. And the team doesn't counter that position. If I, he's going to knock down the tree and sit right here. Have you ever done that? I've never done this. Well, I've done it in a scout tank and spotted nothing, so why is there a tree here? He just decided to sit here, and I've never sat here, so I thought it was cool, and I'm sharing it with you, and I'm chillaxed. Just, it's really early. Chillaxed Klaus, that's what you get today, Every now and then you get excited Klaus, you get angry Klaus, you get lovable Klaus most of the time, Today you're getting chillaxed Klaus. Chillaxed? It's like relax, but chill. So there's this new word now, chillax. Yeah. Look at that. He could shoot like left and right here. I didn't know. If you were smart and you were, say, an artillery. Well, wait a minute. That's an oxymoron. That was a joke. But if you were playing an artillery and this is one thing that we have to learn something in this video, right? As he sits here waiting for his team to spot. If you're an artillery and you notice that trees are pushed over, you should get an artillery in the training room and just look around at all the foliage. Not bird watching. But if you notice that the trees are down and hey, those trees should not be down, just shoot there. Why not? Let's look at that. Hoo-hoo! Ho-ho! He finally hit something, and he did over this thing. The ISU 152. 152 in Russian, I think, stands for fuck you. In this game, anyway. It's technically 152 millimeters, but it just means that, you're going to get fucked if it hits you. One of my favorite Russian TDs. How you doing with the chillaxed Klaus? This is as excited as we get today. The SU 152, the tier 7 with the stock gun. You don't have to research anything. You just the tank that comes before this one, the tier 7, with the stock gun, so free, you get it, and you load heat. Okay, just heat or HE, or combination of. The stock gun does 750 damage alpha, tier 7. Or you could research the bigger guns that do less damage, but shoot faster. And then you get this one, and you get the gun that does 750 damage, but you don't have to load heat. You just have to load the regular stuff. So you get to practice with the tier 7 with the stock. I didn't even research the other guns on the tier 7 on my way to this, so I skipped the guns. Or didn't mount them, or whatever. I don't know if I had to research them. You know what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, just chillax. I haven't done my coffee here. It should be kicking in any second now. A little caffeine. And why am I showing you this replay? Well, you know why? Because I like the name Hector. And Hector is a proud subscribing supporter of the channel. And he had the game of his life. Well, for him, right? His best game, he said, in this thing. And this thing is kind of unwieldy. You can do, like, it does a shit ton of damage, but it's kind of like, drives around like a potato. Like, look at it. If you ever encounter one of these, let me explain. Oh, he's knocked down another tree. Luckily, there's no artillery with a brain. if you encounter one of these, or if you encounter any Russian TD that starts with an S, IS, or object, or I guess if you encounter any Russian TD, is what I'm saying, and you get you see them, you must realize this. This is all you need to know about the Russian TDs, is that you can approach them from 4 different directions: from the front, the rear, the right side, or the left side. Those are the choices you have when you encounter one of these, which way you approach them. And it's very important. This is very important. You must not approach them from the front, because that's the end that the gun stick, the 152 millimeter, go fuck yourself gun. That's the dangerous end. The front. That's where this end here. See, he's pointing the dangerous end at this enemy here, and then he'll pull the trigger. Fuck you. Okay. Now, so when you encounter one of these, just to approach it from the left, the right, or the rear. That's all you need to know. And if you're playing one of these, keep your front pointed at the enemy is what you have to do. It's the opposite. It's like a vice versa. And if you want to be able to do that a little more effectively, what you do is you position yourself so that your rear is up against something like a building or a rock or the edge of the map, thus eliminating one of the possibilities that the enemies have when they encounter you. That only if you push your ass up against a rock or off the edge of the map, then the enemies only have 3 choices, and it's more likely that they will, they'll say, oh geez, he's put his rear up off the edge of the map, or he's got the rear of his tank on against that rock, so now I only have 3 choices. Klaus said there were 4 choices. Oh man, I'm so confused. I can't go behind him now. I can only go to the left, the right, or the front. What should I do? And then they choose wrong sometimes, and they go in front. You see? So you increase your chances. You eliminate one of the 4 possibilities. You increase your chance by 25% of them choosing the wrong direction to approach you from. That's your strategy when you play the Russian TDs. So you got it? That's basically it. That's because they're fairly slow. They don't traverse very well. They just kind of underwhelming in every way. They got bad terrain resistance, and the armor's not that great. But that's the strategy and the counter strategy. All right. Now that I've kind of explained, to set the, you need some information in order to understand what will happen, and to explain the particular phenomenons that you will witness as the game progresses. Okay, so now we've got all that. You see, I'm starting to pick it up here. The coffee's kicking in, and that's what I do. I have the coffee, and then I just start talking more and more and more and more and faster, and
Eventually all hell breaks loose!
But okay. So he went to one position, and he knocked down a tree and sat there for a while. And now he's gone to another position, and he's knocked down a tree, and he's sat here for a while. So he's done 2 things so far this game. And here comes, it's a TD. And well, unfortunately, that TD is approaching him from and he didn't know, right? He didn't do it knowingly, but he did approach him from the front. Oh, there's another enemy here. Let's see what will he do. He's being a little tentative. See, he's trying to decide. I've got a choice now. There he is. He's proxy spotted probably. No, maybe he's gone stealth. It's a Scorpion G. He's got a big gun. Now, which end should he approach from? Now, let's pause it right there. Okay, he's poking. Oh, he's noticed, probably poking over the hill there, that he's approached him from the end that the gun is sticking out. And if you remember, I explained that is the dangerous end to approach from. So he's noticed that. So we'll see if he reassesses and tries maybe to approach from his left or right instead of the front. Let's watch what happens here. Does he choose correctly? Probably not. No, that was not the right end to approach him from. You see, he approached him from the end that the gun sticks out, the front. which is the dangerous end, as I explained. So that did not work out very well. Okay, oh, here's two enemies. Let's see what they do. He's going to, is he going to knock down? Yeah, he's going to knock down another tree just to let them know that he's here. And they are going to, well, oh, wait a minute here. Well, let's pause it right here, because there's always another situation that you don't account for. I mean, I gave you the 4 possibilities. You approach from the front, the left, the right, or the rear, but there's always something new. You know, I just can't think of everything on the fly. There's another possibility, and that is if you completely ignore a Russian TD when you're in its vicinity, like he has decided to just take no notice. That is another possibility. Unfortunately, that's probably not the best choice. Let's roll it here and see what happens. Yeah. You see, I was correct. I was correct in my assertion there. That's not the best strategy. Okay, let's keep watching here. And oh, look, someone has approached him from the correct end and done some damage. That's good job. Now he's going to use the counter strategy of putting his ass up against the edge of the map. And that will probably, let's hold it right here. So he's put his ass up against the edge of the map. And now there's only 3 choices. So this enemy right there, he's only got 3 choices, is probably confused by this tactic. And unfortunately, he's chosen the what appears to be the wrong end again. Let's roll it. And yeah, I was correct about that. So let's keep watching here. Oh, look at this. Let's pause it right there. Oh, look at this. The FV has chosen one of the 4 not dangerous ends to approach him from. He's approached him from the right side, which is one of the correct choices. Well done. Let's keep rolling. And this is good. Oh, he's managed to get a shot in. That's good. And what is he doing now? He's maneuvering. Well, hold on a second there. He's perhaps the TD had his ass up against the edge of the map. The counter strategy confused him somewhat, and maybe he was thinking, well, I was on his right side, but I couldn't get behind him. So I had to back up and go in front of him. So you can't tell me what to do. That might have been his thought process and his strategy. But let's see how this works out for him. And we'll roll it forward. And there you go. My analysis holds true. And I know that it is confusing and there's a lot of variables. And there was one that I didn't even think of myself. So there are the 5 possibilities. You could approach from the right, the left, or the rear, and those are the good choices. And then there's now 2 bad choices. There's the ignore and do nothing, or approach from the front are the 2 bad choices. So just remember that. And I realize that it's difficult, it's hard, and there's a lot of variables. And sometimes after only 25, 30,000 games, it's hard to keep that all straight in your mind. So, but in the immortal words of a particular player that was once featured on this channel, I think it's best to approach from rear, but I let you do the decision.